Hello everybody, I'm David Mazula. I'm a digital trust partner here at PwC. And today with me, I'm joined by Mark Alderman, who is our Africa Cloud and Digital leader. Mark, over the past 30 years, has helped really businesses in South Africa and around the world digitally transform, think about their digital and tech strategy, how they implement that and get the business outcomes that they need. So, Mark, today, could you just share with us what is Tech-Enabled Forum?
No, thanks, David. Yeah, and maybe it's important to step back a little bit and look at the importance of technology and data transformation, and also over the last 4 years, I think particularly the rapid rise that we've had in proliferation of new technologies and change in the space. If we step back and look at what's driving that, I mean, there's a bunch of factors, but for me, just to pick out 4 of the most important ones, it's expectations around customers and staff around digital enablement. How do I make sure that I've got a device to do my job that's as easy to use as Facebook or X or whatever it might be? The second thing is the vast proliferation of data, massive amounts of data around your customers that you and your products that you need to be able to ingest, process, make available both from a new opportunity perspective as well as an efficiency perspective. The third then is cloud adoption, and we've seen an incredible rise in cloud adoption, both from a processing capability to manage that large amounts of data, and also innovation around software as a service that's only available in the cloud. The last aspect for me is it's really catalyzed it a lot is the rise of AI, and particularly Gen AI. In late 2022, it's just created a massive hype around what technology, what AI can do for organizations. So that's also just driven the increase in expectation. But if you look at that incredible opportunity that I think we can all see, it does come with risks and challenges that organizations need to address. I mean, top of mind for CIOs is how do I get value out of technology? Second is, where do I get the skills? Massive change in skills. Where do I get the skills from in order to be able to drive changes, use that technology in the organization? Also, for me, the important thing is the rise. I mean, cybersecurity has been a thing for a long time, but just this proliferation of data, devices, technology, the massive increase in risks associated with cybersecurity. And then the last thing we know is cost pressures. So CIOs need to deal with the cost pressures as well. So incredible opportunity, but significant challenges. So what the Tech-Enabled Cyber Forum, Tech-Enabled Transformation Forum does is it brings CIOs, C-suite individuals, board individuals together to discuss where these opportunities are, how they can capitalize on these opportunities, and also what the role of the CIO needs to be going forward. So it really brings individuals together with their counterparts in the industry and allows them to have small focus groups to discuss, how they move forward, what they need to do internally. But thanks, David.
Awesome. No, thanks, Mark. I think it's absolutely the things that you've mentioned now. They all, I think for most people, are familiar. They hear them on the news, but very disjointed. So this forum, the way you've explained it now, helps, brings it together, gives us a bit of a method on how we think and tackle the opportunities while we manage the risks and the challenges that comes with it. Maybe, Mark, just reflect a little bit over the past while. What have we done in this forum? What are some of the topics that we've covered? Just to remind the audience, but also why have the executives and some of the board members enjoyed this? What are some of the things that they're saying that they took out of the...
No, thanks, David. Yeah, and look, I think we've had fantastic feedback from the forum. I found the forum great, just from an engagement perspective, the types of questions that are coming through. So if we look at the topics that we've covered, we did a EMEA and Africa-wide cloud survey earlier in the year. So we had a session where we played back the results from that, and there was a lot of agreement and in some cases disagreement around what we saw coming out of those trends. So really interesting debates around, what in essence is a rapid rise of cloud adoption across our African continent. We had about 154 respondents just in Africa and about 2,000 in EMEA. So really great material to engage on. So we had a lot of excitement around that. We also had we had to have a session on generative AI and AI.
Of course.
So that was great. We looked at the opportunities associated with AI. We spoke a little bit about the hype around AI, and then we also looked at responsible AI. So particularly with the proliferation of AI tools, how do organizations understand how you do AI responsibly around, how you identify opportunities for using AI, all the way through to the governance associated with the data that you use. Where did you get that data from? Can you use it from a POPI perspective, etc. So really great debate around that. We also had a session around looking more at disruptive tech and the impact of disruptive tech. So for me, really great debate around that, really good participation and attendance from a broad set of stakeholders across industries and different kinds of companies. So David, I must say really exciting for me, and I think looking back, a really great year.
Yeah, absolutely, Mark. I think, the more we explore these topics and the better all of us become, because I guess there's very limited skills and knowledge in these areas. So I mean, well done to you and the team for all the work you've done in the past while. But let's look ahead a bit, Mark. What can we expect going into 2025 and ahead?
Yeah, David, it's an interesting one. We've actually struggled to kind of narrow it down to a set of topics. And often you've got to choose topics that are going to be of interest to a larger group. So what we've done for this year is we're going to focus on the customer. For us to get value is really focusing in on the customer. So we're going to put this customer at the center of technology change, and then really look at what are organizations doing, from banks to retailers to even mines. What are they doing around putting customer at the center, and what technology they're putting in place to enable those customers or their third parties, businesses, etc., that they deal with. So looking at that, and then what are those solutions? What's available in the market? How do they build those capabilities out? How do they make sure that they've got the data to support that? So when you log into a device, that it immediately knows who you as David are when you log in, and it's able to give you a unique bespoke experience. So we're going to look at all of that cool stuff, and also just referring to AI. How do you build AI into that so you can make those experiences as bespoke and automated as possible? And then once we've got a view around that, through 2 or 3 sessions, we'll move on around what is enabling technology behind that. I've mentioned data, and data is massively important. Organizations are really struggling with data. So we'll have a bit of a deep dive into data. But how do you automate your processes? And again, AI offers a significant opportunity to automate your sales processes, automate your back office servicing processes to make sure that you're driving efficiency in the organization. So on the front end, you're driving significant value around bringing new customers in, and in the back end, you're driving large amounts of efficiency through straight-through processing, automation, etc. So we're going to show organizations how they can embark on those journeys in a sort of an iterative value-creating way. So, David, I'm really excited. I think a fantastic lineup of topics, and also really experienced individuals that will be taking us through those topics. So I must say I'm very excited about this.
Indeed, Mark, it sounds really exciting. Front office, I know customers demand better every day, and they'll go to those that really give them a better service, better product at the right price point. And that price point comes with good back office efficiencies as well. So that's really exciting. So there you have it, everybody. We're looking forward to really having you join us in this journey in 2025, and Mark and Tim are ready to service you. Please reach out to us, and thank you very much.
Thank you.